I want to do the things. I don't want to just talk about them anymore. I want to do the things. And I want to be remembered by my children for doing the things. And doing the things that are righteous and doing the things that are just, doing the things that please the Most High, the one who made me. This could not have happened at a better time. You can hear the garbage truck. This is where I record. Hear it? This is where I record. Perfect timing so y'all can get the real deal picture. Talk about being authentic. Hey, so I am going to talk about what I am passionate about, what I want to share. Trying to hone in on this niche thing, but this niche thing is really Nisi, and that's me. So I was on a meeting, I believe like a week or so ago, and it was about encouraging us to, create our social media presence. And these were the two questions that were in it. I was going to use this to write down what I was going to talk about today, and these two questions were there. So that's awesome. I'm going to answer them. I am super passionate about, I'm super passionate about not leaving anything behind. And when I say leaving anything behind, I'm talking about in this world. I'm talking about in this realm. I'm talking about because everybody's going. Everybody's going to go. So once you go, once your time here in this body is over, I'm super passionate about not having regrets left over. Like, just thinking about when a person is getting ready to pass away, maybe they're in bed but taking their last breaths or their last conversations, whatever it may be. And it sounds morbid, but it happens. I can't think of anything worse than the thoughts and the memories in that person's mind being, I wish I had. Or I should have. I really wanted to try, or I should have anything. Should have, would have, could have. Stuff you can't do. Stuff it's too late to do. Regrets. I'm super passionate about leaving nothing behind and having no regrets. For me personally, that means at this point in my life, experiencing healing, specifically the relationship and lack thereof with my paternal father. But now what that looks like, I can't get that back. I can't change that. I can try to find out who he was. And I've got awesome footage about that. Because what it has driven me to do is to connect with the family members that I have remaining. My father's brother, my uncle, Richard, his son, Richie, my cousin, his family, who I barely had ever known before. And I have now connected with them and stayed in their house. And now my Uncle Richard's daughter, Carmen, these are my first cousins that I've really never spent time with. But I reached out to her and she was so warm and receptive. So I'm looking forward to talking to her. And I just got so much other family that I'm just driven. I want to connect with the family that I have remaining. And not just on my dad's side, but, just that's my starting place. So that's why that resonates with me. Another thing too, along those lines is talking about something versus doing that thing. We could spend so much time saying, I really want to do that. Like, I want to learn how to drive a stick. I want to learn how to drive a manual transmission vehicle. And I'm so grateful that I had a brother years ago try to teach me, but, I never fully learned. I want to do that. I don't want to just say that's something I want to do. I don't want to be really, really old because I'm claiming I'm going to be really, really old when it's time for me to go. But I also say I'm going to be super healthy. But anyway, let's get back on track. I don't want to be really, really old and saying, man, I wish I learned how to drive a stick shift. Darn it. It's too late. Something else I've always said that I wanted to do is learn how to maintenance my own vehicle, learn how to take care of a car, learn how to identify what's under the hood of a car, like know what I'm looking at besides that it's an engine. You know what I mean? I have a car. I drive a car. I've been driving cars since I was 17 years old. And anytime something happens, I want to be able to know what's going on with that car besides, oh, it's a check engine light or it needs gas. I want to know how to change my own oil. I want to know how to change my own battery. I want to know how to change spark plugs. I want to know how to do these things. I've been saying it for years. But guess what? Because I'm super passionate about that, I have gone ahead and registered at the local community college. I am taking automotive maintenance and light repair starting in October. I want to do the things. I don't want to just talk about them anymore. I want to do the things. And I want to be remembered by my children for doing the things. And doing the things that are righteous and doing the things that are just, doing the things that please the Most High, the one who made me. The parable of the talents is such a powerful story to me. And if you're not aware, if you haven't read the Bible, it's in the Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. I will quickly summarize. The Messiah is telling a story or a parable about a landowner who has 3 servants. The landowner is getting ready to go out of town, so he gives some money, then the money was called talents, to these 3 servants. One he gives 5, one he gives 2, one he gives 1. The one who had 5 invested the money and got 10 in return, or 10 by the time the master came back. The one who had 2 invested the money and had 4 by the time the master came back. The one who had 1 was scared of the master and was scared of what might happen if he risked the money. So he buried that talent in the ground and gave him back the 1. So the 2 who took the risk end up getting more, and they were rewarded by their master. There's that trash truck. The one who didn't take the risk, the one who became afraid and buried the talent in the ground, was considered wicked and lazy and was thrown out into weeping and gnashing of teeth. And that to me is terrifying because I love the Most High and I also fear him. The fear of Yah is the beginning of wisdom. So I don't just, I fear him. So anyway, that's terrifying. I don't want to be considered wicked and or lazy, let alone weeping and gnashing of teeth, and whatever that might mean to y'all. I take it seriously. So all that being said is what I am super passionate about. Secondly, I'm super passionate about living a righteous life. And I showed y'all earlier, I record in the car. So yeah, it's summer and I sweat in here. So please forgive my shine. But I'm super passionate about living righteously, and girls specifically, women specifically, people in general, but women and girls knowing the value of your body, not feeling like you have to have sex with someone for them to value you, for you to know that the gift that you possess in your physical being is precious beyond measure, and it is meant for someone who is going to value that thing. So I'm passionate about that, and I'm just now getting bold enough to say it. So I am just working on and practicing being more confident in saying what is true to me, being authentic to what is true to me. And so those are the things that they answer the question. I want to help people to be encouraged. I just want to encourage. If you're saying you want to do something and you've been wanting to do that thing, look into it. See what's the first step you can take towards it. I had said for years, pretty much my whole adult life, that I wanted to go skydiving, and actually did that thing. And when it came down to it and the tickets were booked, I got really scared, but did it because I had always said I wanted to do it. So if you want to climb a mountain, look into how much the tickets would cost to get to that mountain. How much money would you need to save up on a monthly basis in order to purchase the tickets so you can get there? What gear do you need? Like, start taking the steps so you don't leave anything behind. Don't leave this world with things undone unless they're unrighteous. Leave the unrighteous things undone. And I want to help people to know their value. I want people to know that they are so much more than what mainstream media wants to try to convey to them that they are. You don't, just because people are dressing scantily and immodestly and they are using profane language and, you know, yeah, all that stuff. It doesn't mean that that's where your value is. That's not true for you. That's not your truth. So your truth is that you are valuable and you are precious. So maintain that virtue. So that's what I wanted to say today. I had like a million and bajillion and one thoughts running around in my mind. Now that the Most High has given me freedom to speak, I've been asking him about this for months and months. And that's something else. Like, when am I going to finally be authentic? When am I finally going to tell the truth about what really matters to me? And I didn't want to leave that undone. Could you imagine that's what he put in me to share? And that tomorrow's not promised. How would I answer for myself? So here it comes. So thank you guys for watching.